Welcome back, everybody. We are continuing with our listen and learn, also visual, directed Hebrew immersion in the book of Shoftim. That's Judges, chapter 4. For this lesson, I will be working through verse 15, which is quite long, but our goal is to have a 15-minute Hebrew workout, so hopefully you can really internalize it. There will be a follow-on lesson if you're doing the premiere with us today, which will be another verse or two, and we'll also aim to be about the same bite-sized chunk. Okay, so I recommend if you can, if you're not able to do the premiere live with us with the live chat, then you do the one lesson, you chew on it for a while, maybe take a break, right? Come back, look at the verse again, see if you can read it and understand it still, and then you can do the next lesson. Just my recommended approach if you're not live with us in the premiere. I apologize for that. Avinu Malkeinu, toda lecha lechol talmidai. כן יהי רצון כי תשלחנה את ברכות טוב ממך משמיים ממעל עליהם. תשמורנה אותם מכל רע, אבא, וגם תעזרנה אותי לדבר רק את הרוצה. לא לי ולך יהיה כל הכבוד. All right, so here we go. Verse 15 of chapter 4 of Judges. I'm just going to read through it, scan through it, and you do your best at first. ויהם אדוני את סיסרא ואת כל הרכב ואת כל המחנה לפי חרב לפני ברק וירד סיסרא מעל המרכבה וינס ברגליו. All right, so let's look at this first word here. Vayaham. Vayaham. The comments got moved over when I colorized. Sorry about that. So the verb is a geminate. It's hey, mem, mem. And one of the mems has disappeared. This often happens with verbs of this type. When it's a geminate, think of Gemini, right? The twins, Zwillinge. It means the root has two identical letters, and oftentimes those collapse into one. Sometimes with a dagesh, sometimes without. The hey isn't going to take a dagesh, so we've got ham is all that's left from the geminate. And I colorize the final mem just to kind of call attention. There's actually two mems that are there. Or just think of the one that's disappearing. Okay? Hamam means to cause a panic, to put into a panic, right? It kind of sounds like it, right? Hamam, hamam, like into a tumult, okay? And the subject of the verb, we have an affixed yo, ham, ham. That means he will put into a panic, or he will panic them, right? Who will panic? Hashem, Yod He, Waw He, right? So the name. So ham, Adonai means Adonai will cause to panic or is causing to panic. And then we have the Vav conversive, da 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 da, Vai ham, Adonai. Then Adonai caused to panic. Who did he cause to panic? Et Siisra, this guy, right? Hashem is orchestrating this guy's downfall. I didn't colorize that Vav, sorry. Ve'et and kol harechev. Kol, all of ha, that's definiteness, the rechev, chariotry, all of the chariotry. I know I usually just say the chariot, but I just realized chariotry is really more appropriate if we're being precise. Ve'et and kol, all of ham, the machane. Now, machane literally just means camp, right? The camp. But this is used militarily to mean like a military camp, right? Sorry, like the army, like all of the army, all of the fighting forces. So let's translate what we've got so far again. Vayaham Adonai. Then, or so, Adonai hamamd. He put into a panic. See, you could just think of he panicked them, right? It's just in English, oftentimes when we say panic, the subject is the one who's the object of it. It's kind of a middle voice or a reflexive voice. So that's not what's happening here. Adonai is panicking. Who's he panicking? Siisrא. He's making Siisrã panic. I hate to say made panic because then you might kind of interpret it as a he feel or something when it's not. But you get the meaning, right? Adonai tumulted. He panicked. Who did he panic? We don't translate. Siisrã. That guy. Siisrã. Ve'et and kol harechev. Kol harechev. Kol. Kaf lamed, if you're just listening. All of the rechev. Resh. Kaf. Beit. A rechev is a chariot, although this is a collective noun the way it's being used here. So you could say all of the chariots or the chariotry, like I did a moment ago. Ve'et, ve'et, and et, we don't translate, aleph tav. Kol, all of, ham, the, machane, all of the army, all of the camp. Lefi cherev, lefi cherev. Cherev, this is a construct chain, and cherev is the last word. Cherev, chet, resh, beit, means sword. Sword. Fi, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Okay, sorry. So fi is the construct form of fe or pay. Pay, hey, which means mouth. So fi is mouth of. So le is to or by, fi, mouth of cherev, sword. So the mouth of the sword is the blade of the sword. It's the cutty part. Lifnei varak. So lifnei is before or in the presence of varak. Beit, resh, kuf, or kof. Different ways to call that letter. Different traditions. Lifnei varak. Before barak. So lefi cherev, by mouth of sword, so by sword blade, we could say, or to sword blade. I think I like that better. So what's happening? Hashem is hamaming. He's causing them to be in a panic. It can also mean like to be chaotic. I believe this word is probably related to the word hamon. Hey, mem, noon, or hey, mem, cholim vav noon, which is a crowd or a tumult, right? It can be a crowd or it can be an actual tumult, right? Like a chaotic group of people. So Hashem hamamd Siisrã, and all of the chariotry, all of the chariots, and kol hamachaneh, and the entire army, literally all of the camp, right? They got one camp, it's an army camp, that's them. So where did he panic them to? I'm going to translate it as to, fi cherev, the sword blade, a sword blade, lifnei barak, before Barak. Like he's bringing them to Barak's mouth of sword. Sword blade. Vayered Siisrã. So the verb is, it could either be rada, resh dalet hey, or it could be yod resh dalet. I believe it's yod resh dalet because my eyes just scanned ahead. Me'al what's happening? So Yered, the initial yod, we don't really see it here. Yarad is to descend, right? To descend, to come down from, to come down, okay? Yered Siisrã means Siskra is descending, or he will descend. We have our vav conversive, which is going to change the aspect. Instead of an imperfect, he will come down or is coming down. It makes the whole thing into a perfect. He came down. Vayered Sisra. Then Sisra came down. Where did he come down from? Well, oops, sorry. What happened? Go back. May. So that's min. The noon tried to go into the ayin. It could not. So it was rejected and it came down and it lengthened the one dot into two dots. It lengthened, if you're just listening, the meh in min from the meh into may, two dots, etzere, may. So vaye, red, Sisra. Then Sisra, ye, red, he came down. May from al, upon. And for those visual learners, I didn't colorize al because I didn't want the whole thing to look the same color. Ham, that's the merkava, the chariot. You'll notice we just use rechev up above here for chariot or chariotry. And here we have merkava, the same root, reish kaf beit, also means chariot. Merkava. Me'al from upon, ham the merkava, the chariot. And I'm trying to understand, what is this hay that I drew here in yellow when I did the notes? I don't know what was going on there. Maybe I was daydreaming. Apologies. I don't know what the point of that is. Okay, so Sisera came out of his protective weapon. Really, his chariots, they were the terror of the region, right? That's why the text is emphasizing it. The chariots are what everyone feared. His mighty tanks. Even it's a tank today. Merkava is a tank in modern Hebrew. Vayonas. Beraglaiv. Yonas. The verb here, nun, samech, it's a hollow verb, meaning the middle root letter is a yod or a waw in ancient Hebrew. In this case, it's a waw or a vav. So the word is nous, nun, vav, samech. And I got a great mnemonic for you. If you don't know this word, you just think about, if you see that they are preparing a noose for you, it's time to vamus, or it's time to noose. Noose means to flee, okay? To flee, like run away, run away. Time to pull a Monty Python Holy Grail, run away, run away. Okay, so Janus, in this case, Janas, means he will flee or he is fleeing. Vayanas means and he fled. Beraglaiv, bait, by means of, and then raglayim means feet. Reish gimel lamed, and then the dual ending yod mem. Raglayim, feet. When we delete the mem, ragle, it's feet of, and then we add the vav, I've, raglaiv, feet of him. So raglayv is by feet of him. Vayonas beraglayv, and he fled by foot, is what it's saying, right? By his feet, literally. His feet were good for walking, you could say. All right, let's put it together. Do your best to understand. Vayaham Adonai et Sisra. Then Adonai hamamd Sisra. He made them panic. He made him panic. Ve'et, and also, ve'et, and kol harechev, all of the rechev, chariotry. Ve'et, and kol ham machane, kol, all of ham, that's the מחנה, literally camp. So all of the army, the entire army. לפי חרב, to, or by means of, to, blade of sword, לפני ברק, before Barak. Vayered סיסרא, and סיסרא came down me'al, from upon המרכבה, the Merkava, the chariot. Vayanas, and he fled. He noosed. He vamust when he saw the noose. Beraglaiv, by feet of him. So he's not riding a chariot anymore. He's going by foot. All right, I'll just read it one more time. If you got it, if you're a visual learner, or that's your primary learning style and you got it, great. Try to close your eyes now, or just don't look. Try to listen and see how you can get it. Vayaham Adonai et סיסרא, ואת כל הרכב, ואת כל המחנה, לפי חרב, לפני ברק, וירד סיסרא מעל המרכבה, וינס ברגליו. All right. Catch you in the next one. Shalom, shalom.